Alright, hey guys, this is the third time I've tried to record this video now. The first time I tried to record it, my headphones ran out of battery right as I started, so I ended up stopping that right as I started it. The second time, I did the audio something funny, so the game audio wasn't recording at all, so this is the third time I'm redoing it now. In that last recording, the first recording, I did end up doing a little bit of stuff before I got off, so I crafted the Blood Butcherer. It's a pretty garbage sword, honestly. I made it out of Crimtane from the Eye. You get a bunch of extra Crimtane bars from killing the Eye of Cthulhu. Made a Blade of Grass last episode too. This is what it looks like. It's a pretty okay weapon, but it's still not as good as my boomstick right now. What else did I do? I figured out that I'm gonna need exactly one more stinger to make a Snapthorn, which is a little bit annoying. Also, Shield of Cthulhu, we got that last time. I can double tap in any direction to dash. Instant horizontal mobility is crazy good. In terms of vertical mobility, I have the Cloud in a Bottle, but I can also fly now because I have rocket boots from the Goblin Tinkerer. I also didn't explain the workshop because I was kind of in a rush yesterday from those bosses, but the Tinkerer's workshop allows you to combine certain accessories. So like I put together my Hermes and my rocket boots to make Spectre boots. I put together my Cloud in a Bottle and my balloon to get a Cloud in a balloon, that kind of thing. So there's no other major like put together items that I can do right now. So pretty much the first goal for this episode. Oh wait, also Magliminescence. It gives off light, so this is practically a mining helmet in accessory form, which means that I can have my full set bonus on top of still having light to actually see things by. So yeah, that's everything I explained in the last two like failed recordings. I'll see you guys over the jungle so I can get that one stinger I need. I remember when the Crimson was super scary to be in, and now I'm annihilating the enemies with a boomstick. It's kind of fun. I really like the progression in Terraria and how it like makes you feel stronger as time goes on. Even though we've barely even gotten out of early game yet. I mean, I'd still classify this as early game, but it's just kind of nice that like already we've gotten so much stronger. Of course, it's gonna get hard once we get to hard mode, but not too much harder. I'm actually sitting here and like grinding out these vertebrae. The reason for that is because I'm gonna want to spawn a lot of Brains of Cthulhu. It has some relatively okay drops, but you can sell those drops for pretty solid money. So yeah, and one of the things that you need to craft are vertebrae. So I'm trying to get as many of those as I can while I'm here. I actually kind of like having this little island of purity in the middle of the Crimson. I think I'm gonna try and preserve this. Right, that's that. I mean that was kind of a waste of time, honestly, but I just kind of like the way it looks. I don't really feel like continuing to grind out vertebrae because well, I want that stinger because I can go fight the Brain of Cthulhu pretty much now already, actually. I mean, we really hard over prepared for the Eye of Cthulhu, so I can pretty much just get the Snapthorn and then go straight into the Brain fight. Well, of course, I'm going to need to build an arena, but, alright, I should probably also, get a Dryad to move in. Okay, I guess I'm going to do, pylon building today. Seems like a pretty solid day for pylon building. So, in case you don't know, pylons, you can buy them from NPCs. I think they cost like 10 gold each, kind of expensive, but they're functionally teleporters, and that's really nice. So, once you have a pylon network set up, you can teleport pretty much everywhere major in your world. Oh, is this the one stinger I need? Where did my health go? I have no idea where my health went, but that's my one stinger I need, so I'm near home right now. Okay. I'm gonna craft this snapthorn, and right there. So, if you take a look at the snapthorn compared to the sword, so the sword swings like this, and the snapthorn swings like this. So it's got a considerably larger range, which is very nice. And it actually starts swinging extremely faster once you've hit something, and this has got a negative reforge too. So once it's in combat and it doesn't have a negative reforge, it's going to be extremely useful as a weapon. Oh, I just realized I didn't even have 400 health going into the eye fight. It's kind of funny. Oops. Let me think about this. I'm gonna actually get rid of my boomerang and my umbrella. I'll keep the boomerang just in case I find the other things to make the trimarang, but that's pretty not likely. But I will sell the umbrella because I've got the what is it? I've got the horseshoe now, so I have no need for anti-fall damage stuff. These two I'm not really going to be using. They're crafted so I can make something better later. The Snapthorn is going to be my best anti-area weapon right now. The Broomstick is probably my best boss killer, but the Brain actually has lots of segments, so I'm going to want something that does area damage like the Snapthorn. What am I doing right now? Right, I need NPC houses. So I should head back over to the jungle. Great. All right. I just remembered actually that what is it? The staff of regrowth. So I want to make an axe out of this. If you take a look at the crafting, I can make the axe of regrowth, and that will. Oh, I don't have the stinger, the spore. That really sucks. Okay. I'm gonna go get those spores and be back in a second. But so the axe of regrowth instantly replants trees that you chop, which is extraordinarily useful. I mean, it's just so convenient. Inconvenience is the best in Terraria. So, yeah, I'll head over to the jungle. Actually, I'll probably end up making a jungle house village while I'm over there too. So, see you guys over there. All right, I'm just about to head back over. I mean, about to get back over. So, what I normally do for village making is I'll try to build a village at some point of importance. One of the major points of importance is the jungle cave. So, I'm going to be building a small jungle village over here. And it's not just for no reason I'm building a jungle village specifically. I suppose I could build an underground village if I really wanted to. But the reason I'm going for a jungle village is because you can only have one of each pylon type. So by having a jungle pylon, then this will basically just allow me to teleport to all the way across to this side of the world. From spawn to here, no travel time, which would be very useful. So this is really a two-use thing where I can get around quickly on top of being able to just conveniently enter the cave. Plus, I'm going to be coming back to this cave for a long time. There's going to be two more bosses. There's going to be three bosses, actually, I have to fight down this cave. I'm going to have to fight Golem, Plantera, and the Queen Bee. I might actually skip the Queen Bee. We'll see about that. But, yeah. The Queen Bee isn't, like, hugely important, especially not for the route that I have planned. But I probably will still end up fighting it, though. Just because I think I said I wanted to 100% every class, I believe, maybe, possibly. Anyway, yeah, it's looking like it's a pretty good time to get building because it's about to be nighttime. I don't want to be sitting out here when I'm dealing with a bajillion zombies. So I'll cut back in once that's done. Quick little check-in. Little tip for making these villages is you should probably try to build the outline of the houses before you work on the interior, just because once the outline is done, you don't have to deal with enemies swarming you constantly. Especially in a place like the jungle where there's a bajillion enemies around constantly. Especially those bats those can be really annoying. The feral bite giving you the confusion debuff. The confusion that reverses your controls is really wonky. So I try to avoid those bats as much as I possibly can by building the outline nearly immediately and then working on the rest of the stuff. Alright, and there we go, that's all the housing done. So, what this is pretty much just another set of 4 houses. Note that I'm making 4 houses. There's actually, like, a reason to that. I spent the time to actually figure out how NPCs work with each other. A lot of NPCs will actually like or dislike each other, and based on how they like or dislike each other, they'll give you higher or lower prices. So in order to make sure that that stays as good as possible, I made a chart for how all the NPCs should go. I can actually send that in the... I'll probably pin that link in the comments if you guys want to see it. But, so yeah, there is like a definite way that you probably should set up your NPCs, and then based on which world you are, you can just pick and choose which settlements you want to go with. Like the snow settlement, I'm probably not going to end up making in this world because I really just don't need those NPCs. But the underground, the beach, and the what is it? The underground, the beach, the jungle, the plain settlements are I'm always gonna go with because those are pretty much necessary for any run. The beach isn't like strictly necessary. I just really like having it as a quick teleport to the dungeon because actually, I'll explain this right now. I'm going to use the underground teleport as a quick travel to the Shimmer. If you remember the Shimmer from a couple episodes ago. The Shimmer is a very useful liquid, so I want to get to that very easily. So I'm going to be using I'm going to use a underground pylon to teleport me very near there. Right now, I'm just looking for jungle spores. I think I need like 15 or something, so I'm going to just dig around for jungle spores. I'll see you guys at this next jungle spore over there. By the way, the reason why I'm going and looking for jungle spores immediately after building NPC houses like that is just because it's nighttime right now when I finished, and that means that for the next 3.5 minutes I'm not going to be able to get any NPCs to move in, so I might as well just start working on my next goal instead of just sitting there and waiting. I'm almost dead already. I swear I'm taking way more damage than I remember taking last time I was in these jungle caves. Okay. Well, that's most of my jungle spores down. I want to equip my regen band, so I think I'm actually going to take off my dash for now. I haven't been using my dash very much for dodging, because it's not a boss fight, so I don't really need it all that much right now. So I would rather have that constant regeneration to help me have better survivability. Oh, can I heal yet? I can't heal yet. I'm probably just going to sit here and wait, honestly, because clearly I'm taking a lot of damage. So I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes again. Oh, we got a fairy while I'm waiting to regenerate. That's kind of neat. I guess I'll follow it, actually, because I'm probably going to be digging through the walls anyway. And since I'm digging through the walls, it'll probably be okay for me to try and follow this fairy around. Like, if you see, there's a bunch of enemies around there, but I can probably find my way without dealing with... Actually, I know where it is now, so I will just wait. I can dig into the enemy compartment after I've gotten my full health and then get to that chest over there. Not that I'll really need it. I mean, I've got pretty much everything I can get out of these caves already. By the way, I don't actually know how long it's been in the recording yet, because I haven't edited it yet. But it's been 23 minutes right now, so building those NPC houses really does take me a little while. So if you're playing the game regularly and you're expecting to like follow this pace exactly, you don't really have to try too hard to follow like the exact time frame that I'm going for, because I'm editing out all the boring parts, and you just kind of have to put up with them if you're actually just playing the game. I see a chest over here, which is completely not the one the fairy led me to, but this is actually a greater chance of giving me something that I need, because this could have an anklet. No anklet. It got an eye spawner, actually. That would have been useful last episode, but we already fought the eye anyway. Looking for more of those jungle spores, and that chest I found earlier, too. Well, the fairy found for me earlier. Oh. I feel like someone could make a metaphor about overkill about that, using a shotgun to kill a bee. Alright, grab these jungle spores. How am I at? 13. I think I need 15, so I'm pretty much there already. The house was this way, right? Yeah, okay. And then I'll dig in here, and I see another chest off to the right side, left side there. I know my left and right. I'll take the money. I guess I'll take the danger sense. I'll just take the TNT. I'll leave the other things. My inventory's getting kind of full right now, so I don't want to waste it on something that's not useful or doesn't sell for a lot. So yeah, I'll keep on digging over here and see you guys in a sec. By the way, the Snapthorn is actually really good against man-eaters. So you can see the man-eater is hiding in a wall, but things that can move through walls can get hit through walls too. So even though my bullets don't travel through a wall, melee weapons do travel through walls. So the Snapthorn is very good against man-eaters. Additionally, since it's a summon weapon, that little circle shows you which enemy you're targeting with your summons. But that circle is also really handy for just knowing where enemies are through walls. So you can pretty much just wall hacks them when you have a Snapthorn. Oh, Extractinator actually isn't useful anymore. It would have been useful if it was early game, but not. Whoa, that's a bajillion enemies. I didn't realize so many were spawning down there. Okay. This is combat time. So these are all like heavy single target enemies, which is why I'm using my shotgun instead of my Snapthorn on them. The Snapthorn is useful for groups of enemies, but these are like fast flying and relatively tanky, so I wouldn't want to try and... I'm almost dead already. I wouldn't want to try and hit them with a multi-target weapon, because it doesn't do that much damage and covers a large area. But I don't really need area right now. I need high damage. I'm practically dead again, so I'm gonna go back to my hidey hole. I'll wall in from the other side and sit here for another couple minutes. So see you guys then. Oh, we just got the Dryad to move in. I'm high enough health. I'm just gonna move. The Dryad was actually the main NPC that I wanted to get move in right now, because she sells grass seeds, and that's going to be something that's going to be useful for our Brain of Cthulhu arena. So actually, in terms of like things that I was waiting for, it's already done. So I'm probably just going to like skedaddle from this cave, because I mean, look at how many enemies there are. This is a very dangerous place to be, and I just hit a dead end, so I'm going to have to find my way around these guys. You can see that the vertical mobility is really coming in handy right now. I had a grapple so I could take no knockback when I was rushing through those guys, but am I really about to sit in this hole for the third time? Yes, I am really about to sit in this hole for the third time. I got like 15 gold on me. I don't want to lose that. Alright. By the way, I got these cobalt armor pieces. Pretty useless right now. These are mage. This is the best mage armor that you can... Wait, is this actually better defense? 4, 5, 5, 6. Huh. I don't think it gives better overall defense because of the set bonus, but if I was going mage, this would be very useful for me. It's just that I'm not going mage, so it's pretty useless to me. So yeah, I'll probably heal up to full, and then look for a couple more jungle spores before I head out. Oh, wait, actually I've got 16. Never mind. I am heading out now. Up. So yeah, I'll quick stack my stuff. Give me a minute to sort out my inventory. Before I finish sorting out my inventory, I'm actually gonna craft the ICP growth, just so I can have this and I don't have to like consider which things in my inventory crafted. So now that I have that, I can finish out dumping all my inventory. There we go. Now I'm all sorted. A little false alarm there where I thought I was sorted, but I wasn't. But so yeah, I kind of want to go back to that dryad right now, all the way out here. So I started getting NPCs to move into these houses, but I'm gonna use the goblin. Oh, by the way, I suppose this is a good time to explain. So when you have like the snapthorn, right? The snapthorn is a weapon, and then this is an annoying snapthorn. The prefix, the annoying, is like it's not the part of the name of the weapon. It just changes how the weapon, like how the weapon stats are. So the annoying part adds minus 22% damage and minus 13% speed. The regular snapthorn has better stats than this actually. So there is a way to change this. Well, there are two ways to change the modifier. One of the ways to change the modifier is just shimmer to uncraft and then recraft it. But another way to change the modifier is by going to the Goblin Tinkerer and paying him money. And that is where all the money is going to need to go, because reforging gets extremely expensive later on, and I'm going to need to reforge some pretty high-end items, so I'm going to have to be paying the Goblin Tinkerer my whole life savings for getting those minor stat bonuses. But for now, actually, since it's not like ultra hardcore, I don't really need to try and go for perfect stats. I just need to make sure that I'm not on negative ones. So I am heading over to the I'm heading over to that jungle outpost now, so I can get some better reforges. The boomstick is already at a very nice reforge, so I'm not going to bother with that one. Snapthorn, of course, I just want to get off the negative. So yeah. What else? Right. I'm also there to get grass seeds. So grass seed in the Crimson, right? I want to plant a sunflower, because sunflowers decrease spawn rates. And since I'm going to be building an arena in the Crimson, I don't want to deal with enemies while during that. So I want to get some sunflower seeds. I mean, not sunflower seeds, so I can get some grass seeds, because you can't ordinarily get grass in the Crimson, so I'm going to have to manually plant it. So by the way, this is how you do it. You talk to the Tinker Man, you hit Reforge, Snapthorn, give me something good. Good enough. So that is, like you saw there, I went from negative damage and negative speed to positive damage, positive speed. That's definitely enough for me. It is negative knockback, but honestly, I don't really need the knockback. It should probably be enough for me. By the way, while I'm here, I'll grab a jungle pylon. So now that there's a jungle pylon, I can actually teleport from here to home once I get a grass pylon. The reason I have 6 grass seeds is because I'm probably going to need like 3, maybe 4 arenas of that. I'll take a look at the arms dealer. I'm pretty sure he's happy enough to sell me a pylon. Yeah. You need the NPCs to be happy in order for you to buy a pylon, but now I can just map teleport. So from pretty much here on, I'm never going to need to travel from this way manually ever again, which is very nice. So every time I need to get to the jungle now, I just click, and then I'm there. The Goblin Tinkerer, he is not, the Goblin Tinkerer and the Demo Man, actually, neither of them are going to be living here forever. They're just temporarily here before I build them houses. But I do have, like, the exact setup in mind. I just don't need it right now. Because, like, I'm going to have to build the Goblin Tinkerer's house, like, probably somewhere around here-ish, underground, and that's going to take quite a bit of work, so I'm not going to bother with that immediately. But, yeah, actually, this is probably a good time to be getting on building the Brand Cthulhu arena, actually. So I'm going to start gathering resources for that, and I'll see you over the Crimson. Looks like we're back to the Crimson now, which is nice. The Crimson Cave I already explored is out here, but I believe that... Oh wait, actually that one might be closer to home. Oh, that totally is closer to home, that sucks. Well, I guess I'll see you guys on the other side, because I'm gonna... Wait, actually... Oh, I have an idea. I think that I'll use this as my boss fighting cave, so I can fight more... No, I won't need that. Because I only really need to fight the first brain with an arena. The rest of them I can do without an arena, so... I'll head back over to the other side and see you guys there. Wait, bullets. I need bullets. Low on bullets. I don't know if 400 is enough for the boss, but I'm not taking any chances. By the way, I could buy a minigun. Mini shark. Same difference, but I actually like the boomstick more. The minigun, mini shark, it does, I think it does more damage overall. It only hits for 6, but extremely quickly. And yeah, well, 6 extremely quickly versus 16 times 5 really slowly. Oh, Crimson spread quite a bit over here. If you remember, this was grass when I first came here. I think that the Crimson was like halfway across this lake when I started the world, but now it's spread quite a bit. So actually while I'm here, this is probably a good time to build a biome blocker. So the Crimson can't spread across wood, so as long as I just build like a little barrier of wood, this will be fine for now. So I'm going to place, just to be safe, I'll build like a long thing of wood, and then I'll build up a little bit. So the Crimson can also make vines, and those vines can also spread the Crimson. So this is kind of overkill, but at the very least, it will make certain that I'm not going to see any more Crimson spread closer to my house. I'm going to have to build a heavy-duty biome blocker later on, but for now, that's enough. Before you reach hard mode, actually, Crimson can only spread across grass, not through stone. So I don't have to worry about it underground, just above ground right now, which is why I built that little biome blocker there. The reason I'm not worried about this side, by the way, is because even if the Crimson does spread all the way across to here, the tree actually goes deep underground and blocks the surface. So that tree is basically a natural biome blocker. I think that they might have actually designed that intentionally, which is kind of neat, actually. But so, yeah, this is the place that we're going to summon the Brain of Cthulhu. So if you remember, on, I think actually day 1, I went through and I broke 2 of these hearts, just so I could get that Undertaker gun, which was a very nice early game weapon. But now, once I break a 3rd one, it's going to summon the boss. Every 3 hearts that you break, you get a boss, and, well, yeah. So, by the way, you can see the Snapthorn in action finally. That's what it looks like when it's killing things. It doesn't kill single targets nearly as quickly as the boomstick, but it certainly does great against the wide arrays of enemies. So I am going to be building my arena here because, I mean, if you look at this, this is a pretty inhospitable place to be fighting a boss, so I will start working on that. I usually like to do a solid wooden platform on the bottom, just to make sure that I'm not accidentally falling down into one of the big holes, and then I'll use regular, like, actual platform items for the rest of the arena. So I'll cut back in once I'm done with that. Also right now, I decided that it's probably a good time to plant my sunflower. So I've got some dirt, got some seeds, plant my sunflower. Since the sunflower is on this grass, it's actually uncorruptible. So even though it's right in the middle of the corruption, it's just fine. So this will be a little bastion of stuff. And you can see the sunflower buff gives me decreased monster spawns, and that's going to be extremely helpful for during the fight. Campfire, you're supposed to use, I mean, technically, it doesn't really matter if you use regular torches or crimson torches, but I am using crimson torches here because, well, no, actually, technically it does matter, because it gives you the tiniest little bit of a damage boost if you use crimson torches into crimson. So, like, if you use the biome torches in the corresponding biome, you get, like, I don't actually even know how much it is, it's that insignificant, but it is a teeny tiny little bit of a stat buff. So, yeah. Since I just happen to have Crimson Torches, I'm using it. If I didn't have Crimson Torches, I just wouldn't bother. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much to me. The amount of stat buff that it gives me is honestly kind of worthless. Okay, so here's the orb. I'll break it with a hammer, and then I'll summon the boss. So I should probably build some more wooden platforms before I get on that. So I'll cut back in once I'm done that. Alright, I'm just about done building the arena now, so this is what the arena looks like. I'm probably not going to be using the boomstick until the very last phase, because at the very last phase it becomes a single target, but for now, this should be it. I'm going to put a torch here just because it looks nice. And then, yeah, so I'll break this heart, and brain spawn, okay. Rotted Fork is a pretty useless item, by the way. I mean, it's a spear, but at this stage of the game, it's useless. Notice that the brain is completely invulnerable. It doesn't take any damage from any source until you've... Oh wait, actually... forgot to change my loadout. I don't need the Lucky Horseshoe right now, so this is my combat loadout. Can I take anything else off? Do I need the shield? I'm debating between the shield and the Feral Claws, because the Feral Claws will greatly enhance my Snap Form. Tough choice. I think I'm going to actually do this. If I end up needing the shield, I will. Oh dang. Okay, never mind. I need the shield. The instant I took the shield off, I tried dashing and it didn't work. So clearly, I'm too used to having the shield on. So I'm just gonna do it immediately. Okay, the brain is a bit more aggressive than usual. I completely forgot to hit the buff button. That's probably why I'm taking so much damage right now. But so you can see how many enemies there are. These little eye things. That's why I'm using the Snapthorn, because the Snapthorn can apply poison to all of them, which means that I'm actually getting quite a bit of damage out of that poison. Even though it is just 1 per tick, it's 1 per tick across a bajillion enemies at once, so it's a lot more than 1 per tick. And then you can see there, once you kill the eyes, you don't actually technically even have to kill this boss, you just have to kill some of it. And then I'm getting these tissue samples and crimtane. The tissue samples are what I'm really after here, because I can get crimtane from mining and from the eye, but the tissue samples only come from this boss and nowhere else. The boss is just about to be dead right now. I mean, it's just about to go into phase 2. You notice that once these eyes are all gone, it still has a little bit of health left over, and a little bit of health is going to be actually phase 2. I'm going to take this time to clear out the arena a little bit because there's only one eye left, so it can't really threaten me, so I actually can take this time to heal up. I'm back to full health now, so I'm going to kill this eye and then head into the next phase of the fight. So here now, it's going to charge at me itself, and of course it's much more dangerous in this form. Since this is expert mode, it's going to start doing some funnies. You can start seeing the outline of the brain there, but the thing that it's doing right now is it's spawning copies of itself. The copies don't actually do any damage, they're just there to mess you up. But here's the thing, with this whip is the perfect counter to the boss, because that little circle shows you which one is the real one. So as long as I'm just careful to look for the circle, I can always know which one is the real one, and I can stay away from it. So just as long as I'm careful and looking for a circle, then this whip will basically just nullify the entire expert effect of this boss. So like you can see, it's top right, top left, top right. So this is, of course, kind of tough just to see that circle so quickly, but it's certainly a lot better than if I was using a shotgun and couldn't see it at all. Like, if I couldn't see which one of these was the real boss, I'd be really having a hard time with this right now. But I'm nearly going touchless because of the whip. So that is why I went out of my way to grab a summon weapon, even though I'm playing melee ranger right now. So the whip is just the absolute perfect counter to this boss. So yeah, I mean, it's honestly, I'm not sure what to say. We're kind of annihilating this boss. This boss is easier than the eye, in my opinion, because it's just, I mean, well, if you consider it, you don't have to dodge as hard. You can see where it's going. There's group enemies that die quickly. We got a trophy. It does nothing for me. The Brain Confusion is quite a useful item. It makes it so that you have a chance of just not taking damage on hit, which is very useful. But it looks like I don't really have accessory slots for it right now. The not taking damage on hit is very useful, but constantly regenerating is honestly even more useful, so I will be sticking to the regen band for my combat accessories. So now we get to make fun new items. So we've got tissue samples and crimtane bars, which means that we can make the real crimtane stuff now. So we're going to make full crimtane armor. We've already got the sword, so we just need the crimtane armor and the pickaxe. Pickaxe is the most important thing, because this will allow us to mine hellstone, but the armor is a little bit less important since we're just about to get hellstone armor anyway. But I will try... Oh, you can see in the background there's a meteorite falling. Meteorite is good for... meteorite is useful for mages. I am not a mage, but I might use meteorite depending on what mood I'm in, really. I need the helmet. I have just barely enough to make the entire set. So I'm probably going to sell this gold stuff now because I don't really need it anymore. 33 silver? Dang, that's garbage sell price. Okay, I'm also going to sell the spear because I don't need it. I can also put away these tissue samples now because I'm not going to need these for pretty much anything else for the rest of the run. I'll keep the Brain Confusion, of course. It's an expert accessory, so it's useful, but not immediately useful since I don't have enough accessory slots for that. I am going to get one extra accessory slot after I kill the Wall of Flesh, which is going to be pretty nice, but that's a little ways off. That's still 2 more bosses ahead of me. So for today, I'm probably not going to be fighting any more bosses. I was contemplating ending the video, but I don't think I will, because actually, it's 40 minutes on my side, but from the recording side, I'm going to cut out a lot of that, so I don't think it's been long enough yet, so I'm going to play a bit more. So, we've got our pylon set up, we've got good weapons, we beat the Brain of Cthulhu today, which is very nice. Now that I've got crimtane armor, that's very nice. I've pretty much got a second regen band just permanently, which is also very nice, so I'm going to be keeping this crimtane armor for forever, just as a regeneration set. This will become part of my regeneration setup with a campfire with a chair, that kind of thing. What else? Right. Now is a good time, actually, to build a hellhole. So, some people call it a elevator. I call it a hellhole, because funny, hell. But, so a hellhole is really just, you stand, and you dig straight down. I know Minecraft says don't dig straight down. Terraria, it's perfectly fine. Oh, I have an idea. So, Normally, what I do is I dig like a nice and even hole straight down. So I was thinking of using TNT to blow it up, but actually I do want to have the aesthetic of just a regular hole. So I'm gonna see if I have a mining potion. Do I? Yeah, I do have mining potions. So I'm gonna use a mining potion. Do I have water breathing too? That'd be really nice. Oh, I do. So water breathing is very useful for digging these holes straight down because when you have water breathing on, you won't have to deal with all the water that ends up flowing into your cave. So yeah, I'm going to just start digging. This is a very boring and long process, so I'll see you guys if anything interesting happens, but I'm probably going to cut for a while here. You can see now that while I'm digging down, a little bit of water started to get into the hole that I'm in. So this is the kind of time that I would want to be using a gills potion. Except the water just left, so it's fine. But the reason why I don't just drain out the water is actually because once I get later down in the hellhole, I'm gonna actually want this water to be with me because there's going to be, what is it? There's gonna be lava pools too, and that water will actually cancel out with the lava pools, so I can just keep digging straight down, and the water will create obsidian, a little obsidian border around me. So it is useful to actually have this water with you while you're digging down to hell. It's gonna be kind of annoying while I'm on the way there. Hey, we found a mushroom biome. I don't know what it is about Terraria, but there's almost always a mushroom biome underneath your spawn. I don't know, like, if that's like a real generation thing or if it just happens to be luck that way, but I find that almost every world that I dig down in, there's always a mushroom biome underneath spawn. There's almost always a spider biome too, so hopefully we'll find a closer spider biome than that one that's like really far away off to the side of the world. Because, I mean, I don't really need a spider biome, I just kind of like to have it. It's just kind of nice, you know? It is relatively solid for early game, early hard mode Summoner too, but I'm not going Summoner, so I guess it is kind of just a waste of time for me to get it, hit the biome like that, but I want it. Clearly this is a ginormous water pool, so it's probably time to use one of my gills potions. So, this ginormous water puddle is going to be sticking with me for a long time as I'm digging down, so I'm hoping that this will actually last me all the way until I reach the lava layer. You can see on the mini-map to the side there, you can't see the surface and you can't see the hell, so it's going to be a long time of digging. Oh, we're about halfway down. I just checked the map. If you look here, that's a little bit more than halfway, so we're getting slightly closer. Yippee! Hopefully it'll only take me one mining potion, and I can save the other one for a later arena. By the way, if you don't have gills potions, what I like to do is every once in a while, once I'm low on air, I'll dig out to the side here, like up like this, then grapple to the ceiling so I can get my air back. Or if there's not a lot of air with you, you can like jump and grapple up to the nearest cave. But of course, I've got gills potions. I got kind of lucky with that, so I can have the convenience of just continuously digging down. Oh, looks like I'm meeting back up with some of my water. And we're down to lava level, so we are getting close to the bottom. This is where the water starts to come in handy. Oh, there's a heart crystal over there. Most things while I'm digging down, I just ignore, but life crystals are important enough that I want to grab them immediately so I don't accidentally forget about them later. So, whenever I see lava now, I pretty much just know that the water will protect me. Like you can see there's some lava at the bottom there, and the water makes obsidian with it, so I can just dig straight on through it. That's another reason why I waited for the Deathbringer pickaxe, actually, because you can't mine obsidian with a gold pickaxe. You need Deathbringer minimum. It looks like I lost most of my water, which is kind of sad. So, this is going to be a little bit tough getting through the rest of this lava. I'm probably going to have to do some draining with bombs. But that is why I keep bombs on me. Hopefully 43 is enough. So you can see here now, I'm digging straight on through this lava. I'm digging a little bit slowly just in case, but sometimes the lava will hit you even though you have, oh, hang down here. Sometimes the lava will hit you even if you're covered in water, which is a little awkward, but I mean, the water will protect you mostly. I think I hear a worm coming after me. I'm gonna ignore it, because I'm pretty sure worms are not even a threat anymore, because I've got solid enough equipment that I can just, yeah, it ran on my pickaxe and died. Oh, Traveling Merchant. I'm gonna mirror home and see that Traveling Merchant, what he sells, because he can sell a couple of useful, like, utility items that I want. So I'd like to see what he does have. Though I do want to dig until I'm out of mining potion. I'm pretty sure that he won't leave before my mining potion's over, so that should be fine. I'm actually getting really lucky right now. None of the lava things have intersected with me since I lost my water. And we're almost to the bottom, too. Alright, so, hopefully I'll see you guys in hell. That's a funny statement. So here you can see that this is the first time that a lava pool has intersected with my path. So I'm gonna have to, I don't like digging around this stuff because that's just gonna make it annoying every time I have to go to hell in the future. Instead of digging around, I just toss bombs down the bottom of it to reroute it away from my path. So like I can, oh, those enemies are really annoying. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna toss sticky bombs down the hole until it's not in my way anymore. 3's probably enough. Yeah, 3's definitely enough. Okay. Some people like to use bombs and TNT to actually dig straight down to hell because it is faster than digging with a pickaxe if you just spam toss TNT. I don't like it because it's dangerous and it leaves kind of an ugly looking hole on the front of your world. Even if you do cover it up near the surface, you have to deal with being ugly all the way down. I see some blink root in the bottom left there. I'm actually going to mine that because blink root is... actually, I don't know how I haven't come across it yet, but blink root is a useful potion ingredient, so I'll grab that. It's extremely faintly blinking. It's much more visible now that it's in the light. It's this plant right here. You can, since it's glowing, I know that it's fully grown, and when it's fully grown, it'll give you seeds, and seeds are really what I'm after there, so I can grow more of it on my own. More lava intersecting, that's annoying again. I'm probably going to continue bombing it out. It's a little bit unfortunate that I lost all my water to one of those side caves over here. Alright, so lava. And meat bombs. I gotta be careful that this lava doesn't get rerouted back into my way, because sometimes, like you can see this hole underneath here, if the lava goes into that hole, then I'm just gonna end up rerouting it back to where I'm going, so I had to be careful to reroute it to the side instead of straight down. So I'm gonna try and bomb this side twice. I think that should reroute it away far enough. Yeah, okay. No, I pretty much just sit here and wait for the lava to go away before I start digging again. So, yeah. Hopefully this time... Wait, actually my potion's gone, so I'll mirror to the surface and take a look at that. Traveling Merchant. Sometimes a Traveling Merchant will actually spawn in some of your pylon outposts. I got lucky this time, he spawned over here. See what he got. That would be useful if I was mage, but I'm not. This is nice to have just for building. Like, when I'm building my NPC houses, I want to be able to have bricklayer and cement mixer. It's just useful for convenience. The stopwatch, it's not like all that useful. I just like having it because it's another accessory. Eventually, I'm going to be able to combine a bunch of these information accessories so I can have a whole lot of information on hand at any given time. Probably quick stack away my inventory right now too, since I've got so much stuff on me. But, yeah. Oh wait, I just realized I didn't get the slime mount. Well, I'm going to be falling down here. I have my lucky horseshoe, so I don't have to worry about fall damage. If you did have to worry about fall damage, you can hold out an umbrella and then hold down while you have the umbrella out. That makes it so you can't take any fall damage, but you still fall at regular speed. But so, yeah, this is pretty much just how you get to hell. You just fall a really long way. So, I'm gonna actually refight the King Slime sometime soon because I really want the slime mount. The slime mount makes you fall, I think it's like 2.5, 3x faster, something like that. But the ability to fall so much faster makes it so it's less inconvenient going to hell. Oh, okay. I forgot that there was lava at the bottom of this hole. I'm glad it already drained. Alright, so I'll just drink another mining potion. I mean, I've got 4 of them, and I'm not really going to need that many for the rest of the run. I'm probably only going to need like maybe 2, 3 for the rest of the run. Probably use 1 for the Plantera arena, and then 1 for getting the hard mode ores. I see the lava here is kind of in the way again. I'm gonna bomb it out from this side actually because I don't want it to meet up with that other lava at the bottom. So I'm gonna try and get it through this side hole here. Okay. Bomb, and then we wait, and we bomb, and then we wait. Oh, that's... I'm just gonna toss it from a little bit far away here because I wanna get it flowing a little faster. That should be far enough that I can start digging again. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's far enough just by 1 single block, so I'm gonna be just barely squeaking through the pools here. But it works, so yeah, that's nice. Those little lava drips, by the way, like underneath places where lava are, that doesn't really matter. Oh, there's a single block here. Can I block that off? Aw, I can't block that off. There's that single block of entrance means that I had to completely reroute this puddle. Alright, so I'll see you guys once that's rerouted. Oh, hey. I was rerouting the lava and I found Tim. So Tim is a random mage. He can just spawn really whenever when you're underground. He usually spawns when you're really deep, though. He drops a wizard hat. The wizard hat is useful for mages. I'm not a mage. Useless to me. The game is really trying to get me to be a mage. I mean, like, they've given me so many mage accessories, a bunch of mage armor, too. I probably could just seamlessly swap to mage right now. Because there's also the meteorite. I don't really feel like it. Because I'm trying to go with the easiest possible strat, and the mage weapon that you use for the next couple bosses is not actually all that easy to aim. And so, if I'm trying to go easy, then... Oh, you can see this background right here? This is the hell background, which means that I'm very close to hell right now. So... hopefully, I won't have to deal with any more lava rerouting before I get there. So I'll see you guys in hell. That's always fun to say. Oh, you can see at the bottom there, I've reached hell. So, like this open area at the bottom of middle of the screen, that bright orange, that isn't lava. That's actually the background of hell. It's a little bit. You can get different backgrounds based on your world. It looks like we got kind of a bright one. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of how bright this background is because when it's super bright like this, it actually makes it a little bit harder to see the boss projectiles of the boss that we're going to be fighting down here. So there are a bunch of hell houses. When you're in these hell houses, you've got cash money in all these pots, so I recommend breaking every single one of them. If you're a sweaty hardcore sweat, you can actually try and not break them and then use them for health during the fight, but that honestly just feels like cheating for me because it's not a reusable thing. It's a one-time use thing. So if you can't get it right the first time, then it's just gone. I don't like that, so I consider it as forfeit. By the way, you're going to want one of these hell forges. Just one, not two. You don't only need the one, but it's an upgrade to your furnace, which allows you to smelt hellstone. So you see this orange ore that's underneath the lava there? That is hellstone. That is the next ore that we're going to want after Crimtane. That is the other reason that we got the Deathbringer pickaxe, because that will allow us to mine this hellstone ore. But what I'm doing right now, actually, is I'm just trying to get some obsidian skin potions, because actually you can get potions out of these pots, and one of the potions you can get is an obsidian skin potion. Obsidian skin is basically just Minecraft fire resistance, but obsidian skin is very nice for hellstone mining, because when you break hellstone, it actually spawns lava, just, like, right on you. So since that gets kind of annoying pretty quickly, you usually try to mine hellstone with... What are my words? You usually try to mine hellstone with a, what am I talking about? With a fire pot. Okay. I found a Spelunker potion. I'm gonna need one of those later, so I'm gonna grab it. This is a potion of return, actually. That's useful enough that I'll just drink it right now. So what I can do is I can click on this, and it'll actually teleport me back to hell immediately. So, I'll quickly dump out my inventory so I have more space for hell potions. Alright, while I'm at the surface here, I'll probably sell my, my gold pickaxe since I've got a better one now. I'm also probably going to replace my furnace, so I don't need this anymore because I've got a Hellforge. The Hellforge can do everything that a furnace can, except it can also do something else. So it can smelt me hellstone bars, which is very nice. I'm also going to need, I'm going to need a lot of obsidian, by the way, because you can only smelt hellstone when you have obsidian too. So that's going to be a little awkward, but it'll probably be fine. How much time is there in the night? Oh, this is actually the start of the night, so I think that what I'll do is I will fight these two eyes and then call it an episode. I think that's a relatively okay length. So yeah. I'm not going to bother with potions this time because I've got much better gear now, so this should be pretty much a cakewalk. If it's as easy as last time and I've got better gear, then this should be no sweat at all. Plus I've got a snap thrown for these mini eyes too, so they're going to be even less of a threat than they were last time. I could technically just swap my snap thrown to get the permanent poison, but I don't really feel like it because the boomstick will actually deal a better job as single target. I will swap to the snap thrown quickly here to get rid of these eyes, because it's not going to spawn any more of these eyes for the rest of the fight, so as long as I just get rid of them now, I can focus on boomstick. So I do have to be wary about the instant dashes. These slow dashes are really easy to avoid, but the instant dashes like that are kind of tough. Oh! I bet the Magluminescence is the reason why this fight is easy. The Magluminescence increases your movement speed by quite a bit. The Shield of Cthulhu is actually very good against the Shield of the Cthulhu itself because those instant dashes, they're quite difficult to dodge, unless of course you can instantly accelerate. So yeah, that's very nice. I'll just instantly fight again. I mean, there's no reason for me not to. The reason I'm doing this, by the way, is just so I can sell the stuff and get some money out of it. I don't really need the Crimtane or the shields. You can notice here that with the life regen, I completely forgot to put on my regen band, but with the life regeneration that I get from my armor and the regen band, I'm pretty much just staying at max health at pretty much all the time. Looks like we're already halfway, so I'll stop to my snap thrown to get rid of these eyes again. since we're just halfway, it's only going to be doing slow dashes, no instant dashes for now. So I don't mind taking off my high damage and my focus off the eye. But now it's probably going to start instant dashing. Like now? Now? There it is. I believe it's 3 and then 3. So it does 3 slow dashes and then 3 instant dashes. And then once it drops below, oh, it got one tapped by the falling star. Falling stars actually do a crazy amount of damage, so if a boss gets hit by a falling star, you can consider it like good luck or something. So, this is jagged. I like quick more than jagged because more movement speed means less likely to get hit. I can sell off all this. 17 gold is crazy. We're actually over a platinum now. That's crazy money. You get a huge amount of money in expert mode versus classic. Because like everything just drops more since they're tougher enemies. And there's more enemies too, so yeah. I'll see you guys later, actually, yeah. So yeah, see you guys.